are women good at being friends with benefits?
In my opinion, the only way a woman is good at being friends with benefits is if she's already in a relationship. I'm just being real about it. If she's single, you single, and she's liking you enough to give you her time and her body, most likely it's going to get complicated. It might start off, she might have the intention, but it's going to get complicated. Now, if she's in a relationship, it still might get complicated. She still might want something more. But for the most part, at least she'll understand that, hey, there's too much to lose here, so she'll at least respect the boundaries. But that's kind of my opinion. And it's, again, not everybody's the same. Not all women are the same. So I'm just giving you my general opinion on it. What about you? What do you think?
I plead the fifth. I ain't getting the joke by no women. No, I'm just joking. For real. With that being said, like, majority of the time, I feel like they are not good at just being friends with benefits. Like, even if you guys start talking and they're like, you know what, I don't want anything from it. It is what it is. Like, we're just going to do what we do and call it George. Bet. Then all of a sudden, the dreaded question comes up. So what are we? What do you mean, what are we? We discussed this before anything even happened, and it was, we're just going to be doing what we do. But yeah, like, I mean, we've been doing it for so long. We hang out. We have such a great time together. It's just like, really? Why are you complicating things now? Because I don't think I would have moved forward with this if I knew I was going to get into a relationship. Because, no disrespect to anybody, but like, it's not that you don't want to get in a relationship with that person in particular, but if I wanted to get in a relationship, I would have looked for somebody to get into a relationship with, not just to be with. Like that.
Tell them like it is. Tell them like it is.
And like, but anyways, that's just me being kind of disrespectful, but not really disrespectful, because I mean, it's truthful.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Hey, but man, go ahead.
Then there are the off ones, not off, but like the one-off, two-offs that, shoot, you were born a man in a different life, because they pause, but they just, it's a wrap. Like, they do what they gotta do, get busy, and they're like, all right, cool. But I'm just like,
it's rare. It's rare, because I find those girls probably have a man.
I know a couple of them who just do what they gotta do,
and they don't have that like one steady. Because that's what I'm saying. When I say a man, I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm saying that one steady that after she might be done hanging out with you, she might, go have supper.
Nah.
No?
But I mean,
them freaks.
It's a possibility, but I don't know them like that. Like, I don't know that many details, but I mean, from what I know, they're just
good people.
And I'm doing what I'm doing. But yeah, like, yeah.
No, and that's a good question, mind you. The thing is, naturally, we are not experts at this. We're just going by our assumptions and people we know and friends we know and other things. So, at the end of the day, no disrespect, females. I'm sure you guys could get it down just like guys do our things. But I'm just saying, and that's a good thing if you guys can't. Actually, no, I'm lying. Work on that. But no, that's definitely a good question. I don't know if they can be, to be honest. Like you just said, though, if you want that, generally we get into a situation knowing what we're looking for from that person. And it's rarely we're gonna figure it out. It's usually if you know that's what it's gonna be. Sometimes it'll exceed, but a lot of times if that's where it's starting, that's where you want it to end.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that. Do you believe the amount of time a female waits changes how you or men treat them?
Okay. I can't speak for all men. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
If I'm speaking for myself, no. It changes nothing. Okay, because if I have respect for you, I have respect for you. No matter if you give me the cookie day 1 or you give it to me day 90. I'm still going to respect you. I'm still going to think you're dope, whatever the case may be. Now, what I find with most dudes, they may be like, you know what? Okay, if she gives it a 2 cooks, she a hoe. I don't want to be with her. And I was like, no, that's not necessarily true. Because, I mean, the same way she's thinking that you were thinking that about her, she can be thinking that about you. Or like, he just, and then dog, you would not want to talk to you again. It's like, yo, what happened? How come you're not calling me? How come you're not, a couple of dudes like that? Like, how come she's not calling me? She's not returning my calls. She's not messaging me. It's like, okay, she's not interested. Well, why did she tell me that? Why does she have to tell you that? Well, I'm going to call her and find out. I want her to tell me herself. It's like, really?
Yeah, too much.
Do you really need her to tell you that? Like, I thought she said everything without saying anything. Like, she just ghosted you. Stop messaging you. Stop answering your calls. You need more than that? Like, no.
I feel you on that. For me,
how do you feel?
I think, okay. I think it's actually the opposite. I think the longer a girl waits, the less a guy will probably stick around. Because I think, in my opinion, I think it becomes more of a goal to like get it done rather than trying to, the focus on getting it done becomes greater than the focus on getting to know her.
Yeah.
So I actually think it's the opposite. I think that, I'm not saying to rush and have sex for females, I'm just do at your own time, but the wait is, I think, actually more of a hindrance. Because half the time, in the beginning, it might be fun, cool, I'll wait, but half the time, and half males are like, I just started hanging out with this other girl and she bad cool. And, we go to the movies, hanging out, and we having sex. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think we should talk anymore. I feel like I'm cheating on my girl. You know what I mean? Like, she already moved in. My whole point is, I don't think there should be such a thing as a time restraint. It's when it feels right, it feels right. Don't rush into it also, but don't hold back because you think that it's going to change anything. Because if anything, it's making the person, like, maybe you're not the right person for him.
Yeah.
But that's just my perspective. We're only 2 men here. There's millions in the world. Exactly. Might have different perspectives.